everyone, it's brew day today here at Drunken Sailor's Brew and Barbecue. Today a little bit different. I'm going to brew a clone recipe, my own recipe of one of my favorite beers in the world, Stone's Arrogant Bastard Ale. I am worthy, as I've done this twice before. The difference now is that this one's going to be an extract version. The other two recipes I've done were both all grain, but today we're going to do extract. I'll give you the recipe, how I do it, quick and simple, and absolutely delicious. Stick around, see what happens. Alright, so here we are. This is all we're going to need. Like I said, this is an extract version. I got these ingredients from Williams Brewing. They're out of San Diego area, I believe, California. They've always treated me right. I've been using them for, oh boy, 10 years, I guess. Now let's go over some of the ingredients. Not sure if you're going to be able to see with the tin foil here, but the basically my specialty grains, I've got a pound each of some 77 Lavabond crystal malt, 45L Caramunich. We got some 20L Belgian biscuit, some 140L Special B, and then those are the specialty malts. And then for the extract, Williams Brewing, 12 pounds of American Light and 8 pounds of American Amber. And then I throw in 1 pound of dry light extract, and actually it's a golden, but it's light enough. These are liquid and obviously dry. It's easy. We're gonna oh, and the hop bill, there we go, it's all Chinook, 2 ounces, 2 ounces, and 2 ounces. It's going to be at 60 minutes, 30 minutes, and flame out, and a little bit of Irish moss at the end, and that should about do it. It's going to be quick and painless. It's going to come out delicious as usual. By the way, this is a 10-gallon recipe. Got my pot ready to go here. What I'm going to do is, here's my carboy chiller. We'll see that in action shortly. I'm going to go ahead and get the grains in my steeping bag, get them in the pot, and I'll show you what that looks like. I'll be right back. Okay, we're steeping right now. What I did forget was that this is a 10-gallon batch, and my steeping bags were a little bit small, so I had to break out the old partial mash bag from days of old, which is actually going to work pretty good. You can see the amount of specialty grains we have here. We're sitting at about 150 degrees. We're going to steep this just like you would a tea bag for about 20 minutes or so. You can see a nice golden color that's appearing already in this wort. So when this is done steeping, I'll add the malt extract and start boiling and brewing away. Be right back. There we go. That's about done there. I'm going to go ahead and get the malt extract in. The fire's back on. Things jumping up to temp. We're almost getting ready to boil. There we go. We're all set. Alright, so here comes the malt extract. Beer. Extract is added, the liquid and the dry. You can see how it's getting nice and foamy. I've given it a good stirring so nothing's sticking to the kettle. Where are we now? I'm gonna do this, hold the camera about 180 degrees. Oops, sorry. So while that is starting to get ready to boil, we're going to come back over here and get my hops ready. Alright, once again I got where are we here? It's all Chinook. It's packaging's a little shiny. Chinooks. The alphas on this, these are about 11.4, and this is going to be an all Chinook hopped beer. We're going to go 2 ounces for the first edition. So let's go ahead and get our 2 ounces, and there we go, 2 ounces. There they are. Boy, they smell good. You smell that? Awesome. All right, getting ready to boil. As soon as that happens, we're adding those hops. Okay, we are boiling vigorously. As a matter of fact, I turned my back just for a second. We had a pretty big boil over. But in any case, our 60-minute clock is going to start. So I'm going to take our 2 ounces of Chinook pellets. There we go. Add into the kettle. And we're starting to boil over a little bit. Hold on. I'm going to blow on it a little bit. I'm going to have to mine this thing for, there we go. Here we go. I got about 13.5 gallons in a 15-gallon pot. So I'm going to have to mine the boil over here for a little bit. And then once it settles, we'll keep that rolling boil for 60 minutes. But we'll be back in 30 to add our second batch of hops. Uh-oh, here we go. Whoa. All right, our hour is up. Still boiling vigorously. So we're going to grab our last bit of hops. Add them in. Flame out. And whoop, speaking of flame out, we're going to go ahead, turn the fire off. I'm going to go ahead and cover this up. I'm going to get my chiller ready, get the hose on, get ready to transfer this to the carboy. So we'll be right back. So I've got the kettle up on the table here, ready for my makeshift 3-tier kind of system here. It's going to go through the cooler, the counterflow chiller rather, and then down into the carboy. That's a nice 12-gallon glass carboy. And don't ask me how I got this kettle up on the table like that. It's quite heavy, but we did it. In any case, let's go ahead. The water's on. We're going to turn this valve on. Where are we here? Hold on a sec. Technical difficulties. There we go. All right. Okay, you see now going through the chiller. What do we got here? Yep, there we go. Now the whole idea here is to get that boiling wort from, well, boiling down to pitching temperature, which in this case is going to be about 60 degrees, 70 degrees in that area. And if you're just, if you're a home brewer like myself and you're looking to expand your brewery, I highly recommend getting one of those. It's probably the best addition to my brewery. Copper counterflow chiller. It's a tube within a tube, so your water goes in the outer tube, comes out the other hose, the yellow hose, and your hot wort goes in the inner tube and out to the cooler. So we're going to go ahead and let that fill up. And we're going to pitch some yeast. Y yeast 1056 American Ale, 2 packets because this is a 10-gallon batch. Okay folks, there we are, all aerated and yeast added, ready for fermentation time. Like I said, we're going to let nature do its work down in my basement. It's going to be about, it was about 60 degrees or so. Good temp, a little on the cool side for this yeast. One thing I did forget to mention, my original starting gravity right there, it's 1078 or 19.5 Plato, right where I'm going to need it. So this, if all goes well, and this ferments out to, let's see, 4 Plato, give or take, so about 10-16 or so, this should end up at a good 7.5%. So the color looks good. You can see, hopefully you can see in the video there. The last batch I made was really spot on to the original. So in any case, we're going to let this go for about 14 days before bottling. I'm going to forego a secondary fermentation. Actually, to be honest, I'm going to play it by ear. We'll see. But right now I'm planning on just 2 weeks primary and then right to bottle. So we'll see you in 2 weeks. So here we are 3 weeks later. I actually waited 3 weeks because I wasn't going to do a secondary fermentation. We're transferring to the bottling bucket right now. I just wanted to show you our final gravity. Over here we're looking at about, if you can see that, tough to tell. That's, well, it says 1014. Trying to focus here, but it's going to turn out a little bit heavier than the commercial version of Arrogant Bastard, but that's okay.